everybody. Welcome to another installment of Ran When Parked. This is episode number 48. I am your host, Konodger, joined by Zeke and Kurt J. Mac. I don't know why they're in that order, but Zeke is the person of the day.
Yeah, I'm here between power outages, and actually my power is out right now, so if I just disappear, Cohen and Kurt are going to take over for me and just read my ads.
It's currently 9:37 p.m. Tuesday evening, Cone time. And I think we were scheduled scheduled as we get to record this about 24 hours ago or
Yeah,
more.
and then I had no power for 36 hours straight. And then it came back on earlier this afternoon, and then just 15 minutes ago it went out again.
I don't think I've ever recorded anything without power. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I have a ton of battery backups and everything that works great. I would have had internet for hours before, especially with the generator going, other than that, like, the local substation died or whatever. So, like, my modem wouldn't connect to the internet, even though it was on.
Mm-hmm. I remember this from, we had a nasty hurricane a couple of years ago in Florida. It was probably about the same amount of time with the power out, and like, not only, even if you get power, there's not going to be internet. And then people are like, "Oh, just use your data." Yeah.
It was useless as soon as it was like 7:30. It was useless.
You have to wait until like
started waking up.
2 a.m. 2 a.m. is about when you might start to be able to get through.
Yeah, I think last night probably about then.
Well, we should probably not waste our time sitting here gallivanting about the wonderful weather that you get in Texas.
Although, I'm also doing fine.
I mean, do you have power, sir?
Oh, do I?
Do you have snow?
Not anymore.
Well, then everything's fine.
I got snow. It's so weird. I hate it. You can have it. I don't want any.
I want it. I want
You heard
it
it here first.
I want the snow. All right, let's get right into it. And I'm going to start with an ad that's for Zeke.
What?
This is a 1984 Saab 900 turbo hatchback, two-door, not
You have
four-door.
no idea what you've done. Turbo 5-speed two-door. Oh, it's a two-door. Okay.
It is a two-door, but
Yeah.
like, it's as yours as I have seen, pretty much.
Yeah, because I don't know, because mine's silver, and I think this is also silver beyond the.
I think it might be white. I don't know.
Maybe.
But you know what it needs?
What's that?
It needs a fuel pump.
Wow! If only someone was experienced in replacing those and knows how much of a pain it is. It's actually not a pain. It's the parts that are a pain.
Can't find them. You can hear it run though. The pump is just weak.
That's because there's two of them. Only one of them's probably running. But I actually made an Instagram post. If you do have an old Saab, there's a nice knockoff Bosch pump that works great. Because if you buy the one from, we've had this discussion where aftermarket parts don't actually fit.
Mm-hmm.
They come with adapters and stuff. And the fuel pump on these needs to be a specific size and shape.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the earlier ones. It's not even intercooled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, you could tell me anything about this engine right now, and I would believe it, because
Yeah, it's got some schmutz on it.
it's got some schmutz, and they're just dumb.
Yeah. For those who don't notice, the alternate, or that's actually the AC compressor, facing the left there. That's where the firewall is.
Oh, yeah.
The front of the car is to the right.
Something screwy.
Something's not right here.
The engine is backwards.
Do we know why? Does anybody know why?
So you see where the strut towers are, right? And thus the axles. So
Sure.
the transmission is underneath the engine.
But this is
So-
1984. Like,
And they use a chain with the clutch in the front to go to the transmission below it and put back. I don't know. It's Saab things. Maybe it gives you more traction in the snow.
yeah, that's
or
what I want to
something.
know. Like, do they have an excuse?
That's how jet fighter engines are.
Oh, see, Kurt's got the
Mm.
knowledge. Wait, is that true?
You know, if you were to do like a mid rear engine swap, other than this being a terrible motor for it, it would fit like brilliantly. Like you'd access all the belts and it would actually be mid engined.
Have you
That's
noticed?
sad.
Have you noticed that like Saab kept doing the really long nose? That like this car has a really long nose because of the way the engine is. But if you look at like a newer 9.5, they kept the long nose, but there's just like 3 feet of nothing there because they went to a regular, transverse engine like a sane person would build.
Saab is not sane. I think I've said it on the show before, but Saab is when someone imagine someone in the 60s from Ford calling Sweden and telling them what a car is, and then the Swedish person, I'm not going to do a Swedish accent, goes, "Okay, I understand," and then they build this.
Oh, that was a good Swedish accent you just did there.
Thank you.
$1,200 seems a bit much,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
And for this one, yeah, like the tires flat. You couldn't even put some slime in there. You couldn't.
Listen, they put all their money into this 9-inch coffee can with diesel.
I will say though, the mildew pattern on Saabs, that's actually a common thing.
Huh.
Mine kind of have that same design, and it actually makes really cool pictures.
I was gonna ask if like, is this just your car on a different timeline? But it turns out same timeline. That one, yeah, that one was too fitting to pass up right there. Hey, it's a Kurt J. Mac.
It is. I have in 1987 GMC Vandura 3500 for only $100, which is not the price that they tell you later on in the
Oh.
description. But it has a clean title, and I've highlighted there that this vehicle has no significant damage or problems.
Mm.
I mean,
Other than
is
it ran
moss
before parked.
a problem?
Is moss, foliage, graffiti on the side there.
Graffiti, yeah.
Not damage.
They'll save
decoration.
you $500. They'll
Oh,
part
yeah.
with it for $3,500 as is, or for $4,000. They'll actually go ahead and clean it out and give it a wash for you.
Is that the world's most expensive car wash?
Okay. It depends on what's in the interior and what's been living or died in there.
I mean, I could see out the
Yes.
back windows, so
And
like it's
whether
not
or not-
full.
Either of those were human.
Yeah.
Or it depends on how it smells. It might be worth $500.
Oh.
Are you sure about that Saab mold
Yikes.
design?
So would we
That's
say
pretty good.
Would we say this is the north side of the van? If you're lost in the woods, look for the van. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's got the handicap ramp
Oh, sure
apparently.
does,
That's
yeah.
the extra door there, so
Sure does.
much more utility for you.
All right, well now I'm confused. I don't know if this is north or if this is north. I'm gonna be lost forever.
Shouldn't this be yellow or something?
Oh, this side's somehow more mossy. Huh. I guess. Oh.
No. There's your
mean,
$500.
There's your
Yeah,
$500.
But it's
yeah.
not disgusting. And I mean, at least
Someone
there's,
was living in there.
but there's not going to be any like smoker smell at least.
No, yes, in Washington, no. But I mean, there's that plastic container full of VHSs. One of which is the Miracle on 31st Street. I can see right there on the right hand side.
Ooh, good spotting.
Mhm.
Maybe you don't want to clean it up. Maybe you can just take that all to Goodwill and get like
Clearly.
$5.
Clearly says no smoking in multiple
yeah.
places. Kurt.
You called it. You called it.
It's diesel. Don't forget.
This picture.
Is this art?
Yes.
Yeah.
It kind of
Boy,
is.
These Instagram filters are out of control.
That's a good title. Huh. That's gross, Kurt.
Yep, it is very, very gross.
It's very gross.
Do the tires hold air?
Looks like it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're good. We're
Yeah.
good.
Of what we can see above
As
ground.
as long as you don't clear the leaves, they're not flat. Oh boy, we're off to quite a start here. Oh, the windows are cracked open. Oh no.
To air it out.
Yeah, sure.
All that not smoking that's going on inside.
Zeke.
A 1989 Saab 900. This one is actually a sedan and also a turbo 5-speed.
But this one has
And I
different
think-
headlights, right?
Yes, I believe 85 and 89 were the only years you could get a turbo 5-speed sedan, and one was the pre-refresh and one after.
Gotcha.
And what's dumb about the 86 plus years is they went from 4x114 to 4x108.
That's a size?
Yes,
I've never
and
heard
it's
of
so
that.
annoying. I ordered parts and got the wrong ones, and it annoyed me. But yes, this is a 89 Saab 900 turbo sedan with a 5-speed manual, leather interior, power, sunroof, blah 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 blah. Would fire right up and drive, but parked it.
Well, there's an even better line here. Car was sitting for 1.5 years when it nearly overheated.
Nearly.
Nearly
They got home
overheated.
just in time.
I mean, the gauge didn't hit H.
That's one thing. Mine's run. The only time it might have quote unquote overheated, maybe even if all, is like I blew a radiator hose, and after that it was fine. Like I replaced the hose and it was fine.
Oh, they actually have wasabi plates.
They have the wasabi plates, Cone.
That's pretty good. I thought it was just a vanity
can't-
plate on the front.
No, that's a legit Texas plate that says wasabi.
Do you get to keep that with the car?
You
Because
I don't remember how that works. I think it's by reg. I think it does go with the car.
like when I got the truck, the plate came with it.
Yeah, I think it does go with the car.
That's
And-
added value.
But like custom plates like this, like the specialty plates, like those are. There's weird rules. I don't remember.
I can't
But-
believe this thing has a wasabi plate on it and there's no chopped stickers on it.
Yeah, and it's. I don't know if it's just because it's a white 900 or there's something about it. It doesn't look nearly as cool as mine, even though it has the cool wheels on it.
I think the front end doesn't help. I don't. This front end's a lot more boring.
Even though it's like the same, it just has non-square headlights,
Mm-hmm.
and like it has like this little duckbill on it, which I think hurts it.
I don't mind the duckbill. I don't like the wheels though. They're too wide or spacered or something. Something's weird about them, and I don't like them.
They're like they're. I don't know if those are the vegan wheels or whatever.
They don't look right.
No, I don't know. They look like the Saab wheels, sort of, but I don't know. There's something about this that just doesn't look, and it's not the blurry glamour shot
Right.
filter.
It's only got 9,000 miles on it though.
He clarifies it's 149,000.
I mean, this one seems more 1350 for this seems like better than 1100 for the other one. Though.
Yeah, like, but I mean, again, you know, it hasn't run a year and a half. It needs a fuel pump probably. And these have a different fuel. These actually have a sane fuel pump design with just like your normal basket. So
So there's your trade-off. You can have boring headlights but good fuel pump, or interesting headlights and a bad fuel pump. The choice is yours.
The neighborhood
And it was
cat
listed
likes to
4
walk
weeks ago.
along the bumper.
Oh, is that what I thought that was like?
oh yeah,
I thought that
I
was
can
like
tell you
faded.
there's many a cat print on the Saab.
You're right though, Kurt. That's definitely cat traces.
You know that Saabs always pull all the felines.
I didn't know where that was gonna go. It's been a rough couple of days for you. I didn't know how risky we were about to be here. All right. Okay. How about some mistakes that we may or may not make? Starting with, I need to know if this is a mistake or not.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I was thinking like it depends on which engine it actually has.
Okay, you'll have to tell me. Because
I don't know,
Oh.
but I do know that some are great and some aren't. Ooh, hey, the power's back on.
I thought I just heard things click on in the background. This is a 1995 Mercedes-Benz E-Class E320 wagon four-door. Easy to say. I don't think I've ever liked a Mercedes before. Denny.
No, these are badass. Excuse my language, but I really
Jeez,
like
family
these.
show. But this is pretty cool looking. It's got a cool
I
look.
really like the color.
It's in a cool color. It's got cool wheels on it, and I kind of like it. I really like how stretched the wagon is too.
Yeah, I will say that AMG wheels are notorious for getting bent on potholes and stuff. I don't know if these older ones are, but they look pretty rubber bandy.
Yeah. It's an engine. I've never seen this engine before. It's dirty.
It's an inline six.
It's an inline six. It's got like the weirdest intake manifold I've ever seen.
Just German things.
Like it goes, like it comes from here, but it goes to over there, but it gets air from over here.
Does it go down and then around and then up into the runners?
Down and around. We'll say down and around. Well, maybe somebody knows what engine this is, and if it's bad or not, maybe you should let me know.
I will say I think this is probably the last generation of Mercedes that I actually kind of like.
I don't think I've ever liked a Mercedes. Any of them. This is maybe the first time I've ever looked at a Mercedes and was like, huh. The interior, they're in the process of converting it to a leather interior, so the seats don't match, and like there's different bits and
They
bobs.
match, but they don't.
Yeah. Here's the rest of it.
It all fits. Look, practicality.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I think like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, me would have been like, what are you thinking? But it's got a subtle coolness to it, I feel. High mileage, but a solid car.
What how many miles was it?
Does it even say? I don't think it even says.
It just says high mileage.
Oh, 254,000.
Okay, so I think this is one of the good engines.
Or it's on its fifth one.
Yeah.
The radio works, all the windows work,
Paint
central
job.
locking.
AMG front bumper. Okay, so is this actually a diesel or not?
No, it's gas, right? That's a gas engine, right?
Right.
Is that diesel? No, because it's got like a MAF sensor and stuff.
Yeah, I want to have a map of it since diesel.
This is gas. It probably says in the ad, right? Gasoline.
He says he has the diesel vented front fender. If you
Gotcha.
notice.
I didn't see that, no.
And on the AIM, I think what makes it look cool is it's like a normal wagon with like the AMG stuffed on it.
Right. Yeah. Gasoline. Third row seats. I didn't know it had third row seats.
Are they roof facing?
Looks
Somewhere?
like it.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Well, I haven't heard any compelling evidence this is a mistake yet. This is still for sale. So
I mean, there's the general German mistake, but like as far as that goes, I think this is probably not that bad. I mean, like if that mileage is to be believed, but I don't think you actually care about that.
Who cares?
It's 16 mpg. It's fine.
It's only miles.
Just have one central wiper. Looks like it.
Ooh.
These are the kind of details that a Kurt J. Mac notices.
Yes. Who cares about the engine? Show me those wiper deets.
That is interesting. Like it physically doesn't look like it could clear the top of the windshield, does it?
Right.
Ooh. Ooh. Is this one of the weird ones that has like a double action to it?
You're gonna have to YouTube it to find out because we don't know.
I think that's a thing. I think that's a thing, and this might be that.
This might be that.
Also, we don't have to rush through these ads anymore.
Oh. Whew, yeah, for now. What's next?
Well, every time it comes back on, we have like a 30-minute timer reset. It's fine.
Oh no, yeah. Look at that's gigantic.
Sort of crazy science going on there.
Look at the wiper on him.
So yeah, I'm leaving this up to you to let me know if it's a mistake or not. Somebody out there must know. Kurt.
Me. Sorry, I was looking at YouTube videos on the wiper action of a Mercedes W124 or whatever that was.
Did you find out anything interesting?
It's weird. There is some sort of double action going on.
It's weird.
There's wiping and like thrusting.
I knew there was thrusting in there.
Speaking of thrusting, I have a 1983 Dodge Rampage pickup for only $4,000-ish. It's a 4-speed manual, and it's one of the nicest looking ones I've ever seen.
We've had a few Rampages, but this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
This is like suspiciously nice. Why is it so nice for those who still play bingo?
Bought from the second owner 2 years ago. Odometer is currently showing 48,000 miles, which who knows if that can be trusted.
Yeah, the phrase "is currently showing" is
Right.
a bit suspect. But then again, who drives one of these for more than 48,000 miles?
Oh, I know why they haven't driven it that much. You see all the oil spots underneath it?
There is some spots.
Coming out from the headlight as it
Oh,
It's the blinker fluid.
gosh, they were so into the like graphics and stuff.
graphics.
It used to be
louvers,
so
hood
cool.
scoops.
Rampage
Actually, Dodge still does that.
2.2, as if that's impressive.
And then the kit car looking headlights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the like vents on the fenders here. They really tried
Those are kind of cool.
to make it look like something for something that is nothing.
Okay. Hold it right here. It looks like a brat.
I mean, they're very brat-like. They're
There
just,
you go. You can just get a Rampage instead of a brat, and it fulfills your Dodge dream.
Does it have round headlights?
Fair.
There was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Cadillac or whatever you had before with the round headlight conversion.
No, thank you. Does it have jump seats in the back?
It could. It's got handrails.
It could. That looks slippery.
Slippery?
I don't know. Just something about this interior looks like it wouldn't hold you.
Recently armoralled?
Well, that too. It just looks like you would slide around in there a lot. I just saw what Zeke wrote in Discord. This also looks like it's probably slippery.
Yeah, this is the most disappointing picture in the entire
Yeah. That is the issue with the Rampage.
Well, didn't they offered them with a turbo 2.2, didn't they? Or something?
Maybe.
And this one looks like it's a throttle body injected too.
Is it?
Look at this tiny, tiny little intake over here.
I have no idea what's going on.
I know less about what's going on here than I did with that Saab.
I was going to say, he only recognizes when the things are backwards. Those are nice seats. I kind of want those for the Datsun.
They look very unsupportive.
They do look like
Just
you'd
like
slide
the
around. But it is remarkably clean and shiny.
Whoa! I just noticed the dish on that wheel.
It is dished, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a dish.
I've never seen a stock wheel that dished before.
That's probably why the seat is so far. Like, I don't know if it's just the picture or what, but this seat seems like leaned back.
I mean, when you
far
just
back.
How close,
cruising in
like,
the Rampage.
pedals are to the front of the seat, I feel like I certainly would be a bit squanched in there.
Oh, I feel like I'd have to put that seat way up. The switches on the left side don't give me a lot of confidence.
It's got some customization.
Sure. Yeah, you can see the wires going up to here to do something. Who knows what? A Rampage. $4,000.
It's nice though.
Half of that, and maybe it's mistake range.
Yeah.
Can you figure out what's in the background there? I can't figure it out.
It's like a Sebring.
No, I think it's Alpha.
No, yeah, it's like a alpha,
Oh yeah.
whatever those are called, spiders, whatever.
Right. I mean, you got to spot something in the background, right? And Zeke.
A 94 Mazda MX-6 LS Coupe with a manual in a V6. This is our...
That was like too good.
These are our... this doesn't have our favorite 1.8 liter V6 but we didn't get those in the States. But it does have the 2.5 liter V6, which is still pretty cool, and they still rev pretty high.
And they go.
Uh-huh. And they only want $3,200. It's got some like window motor issues, but they've put some money into it.
You say only $3,200. I remember when this was $1,000 car all day long.
The era of the $1,000 decent car is gone.
Don't remind me.
But look, they got it serviced or at least bought parts from e-com store.
What's
$69.9 something.
I don't.
So yeah,
Spark plugs, rotor, and a cap, and a wire set. Okay. So it has a misfire, is what I'm reading there.
No, they're just keeping it tuned up, Cone.
The classic 90s 6x9s in the back speaker deck. Somehow it maintained these original wheels all of these years.
See, I think this is in the lines of cars I wish Jim would have bought, but instead he got a Mazda Speed.
Yeah, this is the kind of Mazda he should have got.
Mm-hmm.
And then he let us down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he let us down by getting the better car.
Well, he let me down by getting something good. Your first car isn't supposed to be good. Aligned, freshly aligned.
And everything's in spec. Interior looks decent.
Decent. Oh, well.
It's fine.
Decent.
Well, I mean, at this point, don't you rip the headliner out?
I would.
That's gross. Wow. Yeah, they've put a lot of work into this thing over the years and kept their paperwork.
It's added value.
Added value. Yeah, this is
But
good.
I really
Great
don't
first
see
car.
any of these mini, like, I don't see any of these ever.
I don't know
Especially
if
with
they were
the
bad
V6 manual.
or because like they just weren't good enough.
Or maybe they, like, rusted or something. I don't know.
It is a Mazda. They do
True.
that.
And that, yeah. Also, I kept, when I first saw this, I thought it was at a racetrack, but I'm not actually sure what's going on here.
Yeah. Now that you mention it. Yeah. What is this? It almost looks like a horse racing track, but it's concrete. Yeah.
Interesting.
Very.
Is it not?
Oh, this is a neighborhood.
It's like by a house. This is the road.
What?
But why is it candy cane?
They really like Christmas, okay?
Um,
I mean,
Maybe if it was a bit cheaper, it would probably be in my mistake category. I would definitely want a go in this at least,
Yeah.
just to see.
If this was a $2,000 car and I had something silly to do with it, I would do it. It looks so much like an S14 from some angles, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's cooler than an S14 though.
Ooh, big words. Strong play.
It's got 50% more cylinders.
Like too long in the back.
Yeah, they're very stretchy, aren't they? I think they were trying to make the back seats like usable, and of course that ruins it.
A fool's errand.
Why would you do such a thing? All right, Gem, letting us down. You got a Mazda Speed 3, by the way. I don't think we actually said that on the show.
I thought we mentioned it last time, or has it not been that long?
I don't think we mentioned it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm happy for him. It's an 08, so like the first gen one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's at least not the one that like looks like it needs help because it's smiling so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Those scare me when I see them. Mildly interesting. A 1975 Ford Freestyle? How did they get there? Like, how did they get from what is actually a 1975 Avanti 2 to a Ford Freestyle? Facebook, who knows? This is a 75 Avanti 2 that needs restoration. It's got a Chevy 400, Turbo 400 in it, big block. It's a Ranwin parked, and mildly interesting. Yeah, because it's really just not that interesting. I can't really find a lot of love for the Avantis. They're
kind of. The front end kind of just kills them.
They're so frumpy and fiberglass.
Something that is mildly interesting is that these people shop at Harbor Freight.
I have that welding helmet.
I think I do too.
Yeah, this is they got the parts like everywhere. That's so it's amazing to me that Studebaker is what made these, because they seem like such a kit car. Like they look so fiberglassy, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of like put together. And what's with the hood scoop thing? Like,
correct me if I'm wrong. Are Avantis the one that everyone loved and someone bought like the tooling for, and they kept making them after Studebaker died or something like that? Is that the Avanti that I'm thinking of?
That would be mildly interesting, but I don't know if that's true. I know my
Communion will tell us.
I'm not finding anything on the Wikipedia page quite yet.
Maybe that was another car I'm thinking of.
And correct me if I'm wrong, those knobs up there, transmission? Like here?
The levers?
I think so. Like there's no column shift. Oh, maybe the column shift's just missing? No. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know what's going on here either. It's weird. And that's house carpet. Yeah.
I'm sure it's rated for automotive use.
Yeah, there's a ton of these around, and that's kind of like it's one of the ones that seems to come up in my Ranwin Park searches all the time, and I'm just like,
Not a good sign.
yeah, but it's an Avanti. I just don't know with them. I just don't know. It
300 horsepower.
It looks like a boat, but it's just a
It
car.
looks like it's kind of like bent in the middle, doesn't it?
It
Like
does.
The hood
Like it's
angle, and then the car angle is like it's been sat on.
Yeah, it's got a saggy middle, which is not a great attribute for a car.
Isn't there a term for horses when that happens?
That
I don't know.
would be mildly interesting.
Mm.
Too much mild. It's so mild. I can't look at it anymore.
Boy, then I got something for you. I have for you a 1994 Chevrolet Cavalier Coupe. The reason I have this is my exact first car, except that it's purple instead of black and that it's a manual. But everything else is
So
exactly
close.
the same. Also the price, even though the price of mine was $2,000 in 1999 with only 80,000 miles instead of 206,000 miles.
The dollar was worth more then.
Yeah, inflation. But yeah, they're again another like why is it this clean situation. Very very dependable. A recent detail, cloth bucket seats, new floor mats, and the original owner's manual.
Nice. Just what I wanted.
Yes, a 5-speed, if you can imagine. They put 5 speeds in these.
5 whole speeds?
You know it's a boring car when they advertise that it has multi-point fuel injection. I mean, I get that was a big thing in the 90s, but at the same time, when you include it in the ad in 2021...
I'm going to make a bold claim here. This car is twice as interesting as your second Cavalier. And I don't know why. Like, these always had a much more interesting shape to me than the 90s ones.
I think it's the rear glass swoop.
Yeah, maybe. Like, the bubbliness of the next generation ones always just didn't sit well with me.
Yeah, too much of the 2000s design cues and not enough of like
the front end reminds me of
like the Beretta or whatever,
like a Caprice, or like it has the same design. And yeah, the rear end looks like that era of Buick.
Oh, that's a gauge cluster.
Yes,
in case you forget what car you're driving.
It's just, I don't think I've ever seen a speedometer, centered coolant gauge, fuel gauge only gauge cluster.
It didn't spring for the tachometer, which might not have even been an option.
Oh boy, this is...
I remember all of these things with such precision. Those little knobs for the fading of the speakers, front and rear, left and right.
Honestly, it's nice though. Like, this is a more usable radio than comes in a modern car. Like, have you ever tried to adjust like the fade or the balance on a radio with a touchscreen radio? Have you experienced this, Kurt?
I have.
Is it awful?
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
They give that little crosshair thing that shows you where the sound allegedly is centering.
After you've gone through 3 different menus to get there?
True. Yes, and then lost your Bluetooth connection. Great.
It's
I
fantastic.
wish like doubled in was just like a mandated standard.
Yeah. But nah. Ooh, is that
I
factory?
remember those cup holders.
Really?
Yeah, those are the only cup holders in the cabin.
Man.
All the way over in front of the passenger.
That must have made you the
coolest.
coolest kid in high school.
This continues with my theory that cup holders were basically cup holders were invented in like circa 2000 2001.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the Japanese were like, 15 years later, we'll start throwing.
Well, yeah, and then you have like what, the Fit or Odyssey or something that has like 30 cup holders in it.
That is the smoothest knob. That shift knob is as basic as it gets. No leather boot, just the plastic like rubber boot. Nothing. No frills.
No, they didn't even print the H pattern on the knob. It's
There's a little sticker.
But it's way down there. Yeah. I don't know. This to
I
me.
remember those handles. Oh, you know what? You know what I miss? It had a great steering wheel. The best thing about this car was the great steering wheel. It had those big hand grips on the side. It was nice and soft and smushy.
And
Great
girthy.
steering wheel. Yeah, it had a lot of girth where you're at the 10 and 2 position.
It's a nice looking wheel, actually. I don't know.
Which is surprising for a Chevy product.
And then the next generation wheel is atrocious. Like, because that was in the early airbags era. So it's just like somebody took a postage box and put it in the middle of your steering wheel.
I think I have one of those.
And they are like way too spongy. The first car I ever drove was a Cavalier, so I have a lot of bad memories of this. It's like super spongy, and then everybody, because they like it, like in Florida anyway, or Texas probably too, they like fall apart, like they get all crumbly. So people put the steering wheel cover over them, which makes it like double squishy. I don't want that in my steering wheel. Yeah, I like this car a lot more than I should, really.
How much? $2,000?
$2,000.
Yeah, I mean,
Would this be a decent first car for someone?
I think it's a good first car for somebody that isn't into sports cars.
Or safety.
Yeah, the safety was the other thing.
It's a great first car for somebody you're not really sure you like. But you want them to have something
kids, maybe.
a little interesting.
Mildly interesting.
Mildly interesting. That's mildly perfect.
I heard someone was in the market for a wagon recently, especially of the weird and probably bad idea type. So this
Is
popped
somebody
up.
actually in the market for a wagon? What's going on here?
Yeah, you'll find out when you're older.
So it's a 2005 Volvo V50, which I think the V70 would be better because it's like the bigger wagon.
I
This
don't
is like
like
the compact
those.
wagon.
I don't
I
like
know.
the 70s. They're ugly.
I know. It's because you're wrong. But anyway, it's a T5, which is a turbo 5-cylinder engine. No issues, private cylinder, good condition, spacious hatchback.
I'm raising my hand.
Yes.
So
in the back.
Do all T5s have the turbo 5-cylinder?
So, yes and no.
I don't like that answer.
It depends on what year. It used to be that T5 meant turbo 5-cylinder.
Okay.
At some point, I don't know if it was just maybe the most recent generation, they just use it as like a moniker where it's because like right now Volvo has basically one engine. It's like a turbo and supercharged inline 4, and you can get it with or without a hybrid setup.
Okay.
And they have T5 and T6 or whatever.
But I'm
But the
talking
older ones-
like something in the era that I could afford.
Yes, I think that changed around 2017 or something like that.
Okay.
So before that, T5, as far as I can tell, means T5 or like Turbo 5.
Gotcha. Now this is a full wagon though. This isn't the weird one.
The C30?
Right, the C30
Yeah.
T5.
Correct. I did find a bunch of those for sale as well for also reasonable prices. Just saying.
Just throwing that out there.
But yeah, this is like, it looks decent. And they don't want a whole lot of money for it.
It's all of that is true, but holy cow, is it boring?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's a Volvo. Yep. That's a Volvo. Do they have a picture of the center console? They don't really.
No, you can
Floating
kind.
console.
Yeah.
I don't know if this one has all the buttons or.
Yeah,
the
but
people.
it's still that plain design of like it's a basically a seat, and then like sections off the seat as far as where you want air to flow.
I think so.
And that's the whole thing. Like that's the entire center console. That's it. It's really...
Well, some of them have like a dial pad there too, like a full 10 key.
Mm.
And it's very busy, and people were like, "Why are there so many buttons?"
Right. Boy, someone cased the front of this thing hard, didn't they? Like they
Fine.
busted off the whole front lip.
It's fine.
I mean, you were saying it's hard to find a $1,000 vehicle anymore. It's hard to find a $2,000 vehicle anymore.
Hey, they would take $2,000. It's been listed for 14 weeks. You could probably get 1,800.
No issues. Those words are suspicious.
still got the temporary tags in the window.
Oh, does it?
It does, doesn't it?
It's fine.
But it has regular tags
Oh.
on it. Or is this the not
Yeah.
inspected tag or something?
Nah, well, it depends. Yeah, in Houston, if you see temp tags in Houston, just pass.
Oh. Alrighty
But those
then.
don't. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you want to go get stabbed, let me know.
No, that's not the reason. It's just other reasons.
All right. Okay.
But this was just one of like 30.
Oh, trust me. My marketplace has been replaced from Ford pickup trucks that I desperately don't need another one of with Volvos that I certainly cannot afford. All right. It is time to move on to our best finds of the week. I really need to rename this. But first, we need to review last episode's best ads that included our guest Beef. Forgot, didn't you?
I did.
Well, Kurt had the incredible bumper car find, right? Isn't it bumper car?
It is a bumper car.
Bumper car on a
Death.
of death, yeah. The wreck-fested version of bumper car. Zeke had the confusing bus that was stretched and had what we learned is a Boxer Cummins?
Yes. That's probably a good thing. I don't know. They're probably terrible.
Who knows? Beef had the Jeepster. No other description.
Nope. None needed.
And I had what is
Sound financial advice.
what is the next big thing in automotive collective hobbyism.
Screw you, Magnus Walker.
And the results are a double tie. And I have to believe that people planned this or something. But
Treachery is afoot.
Beef and Kurt both got 88 votes.
Market manipulation.
Me and ZK both got 26 votes. So I guess...
Does that mean we got third?
Is that how that works? I don't like the way that sounds. I would rather think that, like, Beef and Kurt got first and we got second.
Okay, so the only experience I have of this is Mario Kart. And if someone ties, like if first and second are tied, then the third person is third, and then it's fourth, and so on. So you have 1-1-3, not 3-1-1. Don't get it confused.
Well, fine. I guess
Blame Nintendo.
unless Beef comes back for another go, he will be the only best find undefeated competitor. Although, is it really winning if you tie?
undefeated if it's a tie?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not buying it. I really did like Kurt's find though. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
It scares me.
It scares me. Like, if that gets in the wrong hands, it could kill somebody. Same for either of the winners, to be honest. All right. Now, for this week's Best Find competition, I had a heck of a week for Ranwin Parked. Like, I just kept finding Ranwin Parked things. And this one struck me as the most sarcastic, snarky Ranwin Parked I've ever seen. It is an ad for an Oldsmobile 88. Please read. Yeah, this is one of those barn finds, quotation marks. Posted for a friend, quotation marks. I'll do my best to get any information you need if the description isn't sufficient enough to meet expectations. Oldsmobile 88, 371 cubic inch, restoration project. We did not attempt to start it, quote unquote, ran when parked, but it's been sitting for 10 years. End of description. Like, they're snarking at us as if they're description isn't good enough, and they basically only listed one detail. It's highly snarky for a highly Ranwin parked, very crusty Oldsmobile 88. Yeah, floorboards. Just inspect the floorboards for a moment.
I would, but I don't see your screen.
Yeah, your screen died.
There we
Well,
Huh?
okay.
Huh?
He's back.
Okay, good. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but also
There,
yes,
but gross.
but gross, very gross. But they did say restoration project, and if for some godforsaken reason you actually wanted to restore one of these to like show quality, this doesn't seem like the worst choice. Also, my power just went out again.
I hear it. All right,
So we got 30 minutes.
real snappy here. It's just really funny because it's so snarky about being Ren. Kidding. Yeah, it's just if they had made a normal ad for the thing, I think they probably would have had a better, easier time selling it. But
Did we know what they were even asking for it?
I don't think there was even a price, and it was listed as a Bel Air. Like, it wasn't even listed as an Oldsmobile 88. Which, I don't know, is a Bel Air and 88 like the same thing?
No.
Like, I mean,
They also have down there tags: Chevy, Chevrolet, Bel Air, Bel-Air, sedan, GM.
they did a really good job of making the sedan look like a coupe, didn't they?
Actually, I'm just now noticing that it is not a
Yeah.
coupe.
Right, yeah, because
Well
the rear door, like, goes beyond the C-pillar.
Right, yeah, the
It's-
handle is like above the trunk almost.
Yeah.
Pretty convinced. Like, if you shaved these, I think people would be like, that's a two-door.
They really integrated the Wingadinga into the rear door.
That's a new sentence. Congratulations. All right, Kurt J. Mac.
I have for you a 1993 Geo Tracker on tracks. Tracker.
Why did I even bother finding an ad?
Well, for $12,000, they would like to sell you their 93 Geo Tracker on tracks with a 2-inch suspension lift and a 2-inch body lift for a grand total of 4 inches. A 10K super winch and 94 feet of cable.
94 feet.
I don't know where they're gonna lose this thing, but they need to make sure they can get it out.
Man, can we
They've
get that
seen y'all
winch
play
in...
Snow Runner.
Yeah, can we get that winch in SnowRunner?
What else? It does come with some tires and rims in case you would like to go sans tracks with your tracker. I don't know why you would want to.
What's the...
There is a YouTube video. I wonder if I can find that link.
What's no longer needed to groom?
No longer needed to groom like ski trails. I'm assuming.
So
that.
this was actually used to like maintain
Do stuff.
things. Yeah, I thought it was just something that was like a toy, like something somebody built for fun.
So, yeah, they want $12,000 for this, and basically $2,000 of that is the tracker.
Right. Oh, I like the chainsaw holder. That's pretty great. That doesn't come with it, by the way. I read that in the
True.
ad.
Yes.
I actually really like this, and not just because it's on tracks, but because supposedly they actually used it.
Mm-hmm.
That
It
makes
looks-
it like 1,000,000% cooler.
It looks used. Like those tracks and everything, they look like they've been put to work. That's pretty impressive. I think I like it. I didn't want to, but I do.
I did post that YouTube in the Discord.
Ah,
It's like 280p
great.
resolution, but if you want to see a Geo Tracker tracking itself on its tracks through snow,
Oh, yep, it works.
All right, and if you want to see that at home, have fun typing that out. Odometer broken. Oh no.
Oh,
Well, does a mile on tracks really equal the same?
That's a good question. I just can't.
I think it does.
I can't believe. I cannot believe
No, it doesn't.
that they actually took a tracker to put tracks on it. Like, they had to do that because it was funny, right? There's no way that was a chance.
Well, you see, Geo Trackers are actually good as little off-road vehicles,
It could
but
have
it
been a
is also
samurai.
very funny.
It could have been
and
anything.
It has tracks in the name.
Right. It's just funny. It's too funny. I say.
How dare you?
How dare you be so funny? All right, and
Did you know that the best ad is actually no ad at all?
are you saying?
There is an empty spot in my driveway.
That's hilariously
Hilarious.
unmolded. Like, it's hilarious how obvious it is that there was a car there for a long time.
I was gonna
Yes.
say, did it get raptured?
It doesn't appear to have driven away, no.
No.
Do you remember how I went and got the Saab running? Yeah, there was motivation behind that.
Oh, was it the wasps?
Yeah, you can actually see the wasp's nest there by the fence. Do you see that little?
Is it like this thing
Yeah,
over here?
that's the wasp's nest. One of them.
Could we maybe throw that at least into the neighbor's yard?
I think it was just a way. It was very, very doused in poison before that.
Wow. What are we gonna do without this meme in our lives?
You know how I hate memes and how I always go against them. Actually, I don't know if you know that or not. Anyway,
No.
yeah, there's more pictures.
Oh no, you didn't already fill the spot, did you? Wow. Man, they would look so much cooler if they had a ramp truck. Like, did someone buy this from far away?
Someone bought this from far away, and the story is sort of interesting because they didn't necessarily buy it. I told them to buy it.
It's not Powers, is it?
No,
Okay,
this is
good.
I don't remember. So it's a little weird because I don't remember how I followed him on Instagram. But I did, and he's a huge Saab guy, but specifically a Saab sedan guy. And then I messaged him, and I was like, "You should buy my car." And he was like, "Oh, I really want it." He was like, "But I just had a kid, and blah." And I was like, "I'd have to lowball you." I was like, "Okay, well." And then I waited a day or so, and I was like, "Well, I'm curious. What was your lowball number?" And then he told me. I was like, "Okay, well, sure."
The lowballer's dream.
So, I took a picture of it, but I forgot to include it. I filled the thing to the brim with all of the Saab parts I owned. I don't think we actually said what was going on. If it's unclear, I sold the Saab to a guy in Kentucky, and within a few days, there was a truck to my house. And this was last Thursday, so over a week and a half ago, and it's been killing me this whole time. Every time someone brings it up, I'm like,
And then
the Saab has snow tires.
by chance, I put one on the show. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Bye, Saab. I kind of won't miss you very much.
Never to meme again.
Aw.
We gotta update that wiki now.
Yeah. Something very rad just dropped at my house.
Yeah, and the guy is like Saab tragic, so it's in good hands, and it's one of those things. Like, I always thought the car needed to go to a Saab person,
Mm-hmm.
because it was nice enough to where it needed to be saved rather than like I don't like a teenager with his car, it would just die.
Oh yeah,
or like it would be a nightmare to work on.
and
but
they would be mad.
yeah, like
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Yeah. And he has an FD and other he's
What is that on the
Yeah,
mic?
who
What
cares
is-
about the FD? What is this?
we would have to get him on the show or something to
Saab?
ask.
You do an interview.
no-
Is it a Citroen?
I
Citroen?
don't
Oh, okay.
I could find out.
Oh, that's the one I want, Zeke.
You could ask him. You could trade.
For what?
I don't know. And then there's the old Saab wagon behind it, like the 99s.
Ah,
Isn't that the one with the weird? Rear
yeah,
end?
isn't it? Yeah, this is the back of this
Yeah,
car.
what's up?
Oh, is that okay? Yeah, that's a Saab 99 wagon then, or a 90 wagon. Those are the ones with the V4s, I believe.
Wow.
Neat.
That's like the one, Zeke.
I know. It's kind of funny because he said that he has an 85 turbo in his attic, whatever that means.
What?
Like disassembled parts. Like he has. I think he said he had 7 other Saabs currently,
Interesting.
or maybe just cars total.
And apparently you sold him a car with a dead battery.
Yeah, it was very weak battery, but
Well,
it was not.
when it looks like this, yeah, I'm sure.
And my beautiful new parking spot. When we were going to get the stuff to like the extra set of wheels and stuff that we were just throwing in there to get rid of, my brother said something that was poignant, and it was, "You're not selling a car, you're buying a parking spot."
Look at that snow.
Yep, and this is proof that it snowed in Houston, and in North Carolina, Cone did not get any snow.
I got 3.5 inches of rain. Well,
So the meme is dead.
you're disqualified though. It wasn't an ad.
I said the best ad is no ad, and it was best find. I found him. The best find was a
found him.
Saab guy.
That's the new way to sell your cars. Just find somebody to buy it.
Bonka
You
told
there.
me.
There you go,
Bonka
Kurt.
said that I bullied him into buying it.
Just start. Yeah, just Kurt. You just got to start walking around and be like, "You buy this car."
You want it?
You look like you desire a bright yellow Corolla.
Yeah, just walk around until you find somebody in like a bright yellow shirt. I've got the car to match your shirt. Well, any ideas?
Of
What's gonna take the spot other than the car that's been on the street the whole
it's like-
time?
The cars that are parked in the street.
the whole purpose of it. I've been talking about how I lathe,
Yeah. Well, what's
so I got to move cars out of the garage.
so what? CRX is gonna get evicted?
Maybe. I think it'd be the next candidate.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You should really just move to North Carolina where we don't have snow and there's plenty of places for cars. Well, this ended up being quite a show, didn't it? I'm giving it a good review.
Smash that like button.
Kurt, I've never respected you less than at this
It wasn't the 2 generations of Cavaliers.
Listen, that wasn't your fault. You didn't know.
Also, this is why I was very motivated and determined to record this, is because I could not live with myself for another 2 weeks without telling y'all.
Y'all need to like seriously respect the amount of effort that Zeke has put into getting on this show this week. He was literally scooping water out of his house to be able to record this.
Yeah.
There's
And the power's
currently
out.
there's currently a garden hose holding back the water in his home from flooding it that is hose clamped to a PVC pipe.
Because the spigot, like, I guess it froze and broke, even though we had it wrapped up. But when I think
There you
the
go.
number I heard.
Wrapping
yeah.
it up isn't enough. I think that's it for our show this week. Thank you all for watching. Bye.
Buy my Corolla.
You, sir.
That wasn't very convincing. We gotta work on that.